botanical gardens. This garden is very young. We started in 2000. In Auroville, like few people like Paul and everyone, like they fundraised to buy this land. So like we managed to buy this land in 2000.
How many acres is it?
This is 50 acres. So the garden stays in a 54 acres. And we have 6 acres on the road. So the road, all the road belongs to Auroville also. So the guy bought it and he completely cleaned the land. Before the, after the forest, the guy planted here cashew. It was a cashew toad. So like it was big trees and there was undergrowth also. But the developer, when he bought, he completely gave to us as a red soil. So he had 200 ladies to pull out the weeds. So he doesn't want any greenery here. So we had a naked soil when we bought this. So like, so after buying like Auroville, we want to do many different activities here. So like we also submitted for botanical gardens and we got the land for the garden. So like this garden is fully based on education. So we work local schools. So we work almost like 3 districts, public schools. They come every day for a visit and they learn about the local species, the local forest and local birds and animals basically. So this garden, I will show in a minute like how we designed. So you can see the map. So it has like many thematical garden and we have also like the arboretum and we have the thick dense forest, how the forest used to be. So it's all made by us like in 25 years. So we can go for a walk and we can see that. Same time parallelly we run a nursery here. So this is where like all this native species is being grown here. So we have, we've been trying to change the world a little bit from our knowledge, trying not to use like ornamentals and invasive species as a landscape specimens. So like we try to use the native ones as a landscaping trees and plants basically to reduce water, because all these plants is very dry and dry tolerance. So like they are tough plants. You don't need much water, no need much care and much maintenance. So we will go for a walk and I'll show you. You can see the hedges, how green it is, and like you know, like we don't water this garden. We've been watering in the first 6 months when we planted, and when we started, we have no bowel, no tools, nothing. We started with 1 mummy, 1 crowbar and 1 wheelbarrow. And today the garden completely we finished. So we have every 5 years plan. So according to the 5 years plan, we completed the garden. So now it's all settled out. So like now we have like a lot of research going on here. So the place where you're staying, this is our environmental education center. This is where the schools and colleges they come, and this is our projector room. So they come for a 1-day exposure. So they come here and they get to know about the garden also. And that building is our herbarium. So we've been collecting the specimens. So since all the specimens. So when you come to the garden, everything is the specimens. So like not only herbs, it's a weed also. So we take any type of weeds, creeper or tree shrubs or any mulu, thorny shrubs, everything is there. So I know like few people maybe they have the background of botany, so they know well about what is herbarium. And that's our staff kitchen. So we have almost our team is quite big now. So we are almost like 50 people, and we're doing a lot of restoration work in India. So many would have known about like our work, what we have done outside. So that's also in the YouTube or whatever, if you want, if you see like botanical garden restoration work, you can have a look in there. So nursery, before we had also like a vegetable garden and all, but like now after the corona, it became very difficult for us to restore the seeds and all. So like I don't do any more the seeds. So but the tree species seeds we still have a little bit.
Like seed bank you got in.
The seed bank we closed in 2015 because it doesn't in India it's very difficult to keep the seeds also, because you need to apply for license. Then the license is only for every year the license you need to renew. So like that's it's difficult.
What kind of biodiversity you have apart from plants, the butterflies, birds, and do you have animals?
You see, like it's all connected. You know, it's not only like trees and flowers. You know, when you try to restore the native species, the native plants, you know, like then you attract some bird. You know, let's say like I'll say some names like Atlanta monophylla is a wild lemon. You know, so when it fruits and it attracts few birds. Some birds like they like Atlanta monophylla, and like there are other birds like they go for small fruit, like Herisa preferences is like very small fruit, and then the small birds comes for them. So like when you restore the species, the native ones, you automatically bringing you're pulling your native birds and your butterflies. So it's a cycle. So like we have as a thematical garden, I said. So we have created a color garden. We have a fern garden. We have a orchid house and a butterfly garden. So like a cactus garden. So when you go, we will go by step by step. So like then you can see like what all we have done here. TDF is a tropical dry evergreen forest. So like TDF is basically is very special forest. Nowhere else you can find this forest. It starts in Vizag. From Vizag to all the way to Kanyakumari. It's very small stretch of like 50 to 60 kilometers wide. So it's a narrow strip on the coastal. So like this is the suitable place for a TDF. But this has been cleaned British time. They cleaned the forest to grow cotton. So that's what it says. So like then like now the TDF is left over small pockets here and there. It's called temple grove. So where the temples are, like people they restored the TDF. So this is how many of you gone to the Puthuket? Okay, that's the closest best TDF forest if you want to have a look to have an experience.
How far is it from here?
Puthuket is 12 km from here, 12 to 13 kilometers from here, north.
So we would see different species of trees.
Yes,
right
it's a forest which is untouched since like 200 years. But now the same forest is getting disturbed because of the spiritual and the rituals. Because there's more people getting into the temple and have these festivals. So like they clean under and they stay overnight. So like so that anyway it's been stopped. So like they disturbed a bit, but like it's been stopped. But it's good. It's worth to see the forest.
Is there any TDF like in Auroville?
All the TDF came from there actually.
Okay.
So
Because
he's asking, do we have some TDF here?
here,
In Auroville, like.
Auroville was is being planted by TDF.
Okay. So it's only
And
new
this
growth.
garden, if you see, as I said, like the specimens, it's all been planted in Arboretum. So in the arboretum is all around like 25 acres. So you will see all different trees and plants. But we have 12 acres of the TDA, which we will be going through the forest.
Are you connected with the forest of Pichandiculam?
Say it again.
Pichandiculam forest.
Ah.
They have nursery there and all these trees native.
Actually, you see, for Pichandiculam, they do the same work, or we do the same work as what they do. But Pichandiculam is a separate thing. But they also have a nursery. They also do the same work.
So the same species.
Yeah, TDF when you go is all same species because it's not that many species. We have almost like 350 species there.
Mm-hmm.
But in nursery we would have around like 200 species only.
Mm-hmm. And they have less.
No, they may have the same because it depends. Like what you want to plant. So what you want to plant in a project or what you want to plant in Auroville.
But
So
they still keep it as a natural environment, or is it artificial in Pichandiculam? It's like natural environment, or is it like a park?
as a forest is it's like it's the same. I presume it's like same like an educational
Yeah.
spot. So like the schools can because they have a lot of educational board which clearly says all about the trees and plants.
And you don't exchange, you will find something new that you would suggest them, that you have something new that it could grow there as well?
So yeah, we do. Not only Pichandiculam, we do exchange plants with the forest department.
Forest group.
Yeah, the forest department. So like and we also like trying to come up with the forest department to plant these trees as a planting the real forest. They have to do the smaller survey in the forest. First they have to know like what are the species existing there. Then they have to they can't put different trees. They have to go back and put the same species.
Kalapet, there is a temple.
That's for the
That okay.
You go left.
Just left. Yeah. That's quite close actually.
Question is this.
Garden, and what can we do now if we want to
If the pandemic is just for 3 months or 6 months, is okay. And the pandemic went more than 2 years. So when you go to a seed viability has only a year. So you need to sow the seed. You have to extract the seed. Then you have to replant again and take your next slot. So like this doesn't happen. So like 3 years it got stacked in. So like the viability is gone. So the germination rate gone less. You can't sell seed less than 80% germination. So then all the seeds gone.
Are there plans to revise the plan of vegetable garden?
But now compared to the manpower and also like it doesn't make sense now because things have gone, the levels have gone high and like your production is very high. I mean the cost is very high.
Do people live here inside this?
I live here, and Stefan and Nasim. So we have the three. Actually, it's me and Stefan from the day one. Then we got like because that time we did a lot of work. So like the workers come 6 in the morning. So we have to monitor them. Like we both had a house here. So like 3 families. You said question.
Please throw some light on why this was acquired and turned into a botanical garden because of the green belt also and the importance of green belt for Auroville. And also, but if to little bit add on what she said, is there a connection between all the different forests? The forest group do you all meet like all the forests and exchange?
No. Basically, wherever any town or city, they plan for a botanical garden. Okay, like
So it's
this is
only
where
for-
like the town, the people can come in and they can just, they should have a place where to, you know, like, so like in that sense, like the botanical garden is been, thank you.
Thank you, Ali. Ravindra and
Yeah.
Jyoti
Poonam.
Poonam, Mother's Flower Garden. 17.
So Mother's Flower Garden is located next to Solokitchen. It was just started a few years back, so it's really in its baby stage now. But a lot of work has been done, especially by Ravi and Poonam, who are there every day. And we have a beautiful botanical garden here that you're going to see very soon. I think you're going to take a walk, and one can wonder why one more garden. So, I mean, we also have beautiful gardens in Matri Mandir that Mother herself has given significance to: existence, harmony, consciousness, utility, power. So why one more garden? We felt the need of having one more garden because we are looking at it from the lens of the mother, the way she saw flowers. That is why we called it Mother's Flower Garden. Mother had a very deep connection with flowers. She could connect to their vibration, connect to their force. She could talk to them. And she said that flowers actually are a spark of the psychic field. And if we can connect with them with a stillness, then we can actually get supported by them. And she gave a significance and meaning to 900 different flowers. And in the ashram, when in the early days, flowers from all the different gardens of the ashram would come to Mother, and she would gather the disciples, and according to the need of the disciple, she would give that specific flower to the disciple, and it was a way through which she would pass the energy, the force and the message to the disciple. So we wanted to look at it from this perspective. Of course, it will also add the ecological perspective, the educational perspective for children. Many other areas can be included, but this was our main focus of our work. That's why we call it Mother's Flower Garden. And when we walk through the garden, there are names of all the flowers, and the message of each flower is also there. So when you walk and you just read one message, it's like receiving a mantra. You can just stay with that particular message and see what it means to myself, you know. So, giving this broad introduction, I will let Ravi and Poonam actually tell how the inspiration to start this came. She will tell us the journey, and then Ravi will also tell us how we are working there right now.
So this project started with a lot of inspiration receiving from Shraddhavan and Savitri Bhavan. We are here since 10 years in Auroville. Before coming to Auroville, we were in Sri Aurobindo Ashram, Delhi branch. We were working there. We didn't know that much about the significances given by the mother to the flowers. As Jyoti Didi knows, I think she didn't tell about her.
Yeah.
You should have told a little bit.
Well, I just grew up in the ashram. I've studied there, and I was there from the early years when Mother was there. And she had also prepared a game for children, through which children could discover flowers. And now we have created a similar game. It's not the same game. We have created similar game, and Chetna has been helping us design. Has been instrumental in getting all these names out from Mother. She would bring flowers to her and ask her what does it signify. And Mother had put one condition. She had said she will give names to the flowers only if she can actually hold them in her hands. She didn't want to give names through pictures, photos, because she connected to the vibration directly. So actually in ashram they started growing all kinds of challenging flowers just so that she could give names to them. So it was really a beautiful long journey of years and research by the ashram gardeners to get mother to do this. And we just want to take that forward as we can.
Yes. So as Jyoti Didi was brought up in the ashram, I just came from Nainital, which is the North Indian state, and I was too new to this subject. But there was a very deep connection because in Nainital we have almost all 900 flowers growing, which mother has given names and messages to. So that is why it was little bit more touching and little bit more easy for me to get the names and messages, because I've grown up with those flowers. But then when this idea came from Ravi and one more person is there who is not today with us, we wanted to do just a simple exhibition, and we were looking for a place for it. So Shraddhavan from Savitri Bhavan, many of you might be knowing her. She gave us the confidence. She said, you come here and there is a hall and you do this exhibition here. And so we said yes, but from where to get those flowers? Because many of them are growing in cold climates. So we started looking for flowers. So then we got connected with the ashram gardens, which is one is in very far away, Uskari Lake, Matrudhyanam. In Matrudhyanam, they have almost all the flowers. So just to start the exhibition, we connected with them and they started giving us the flowers. So that's how the exhibition started. And our first exhibition was very much appreciated by the whole community of Auroville. Our plan was to do it just once, but then everybody said, please do it once more, once more, once more. So we did 5 exhibitions itself in Savitri Bhavan. And then after we felt, you have to pluck the flower and put it in the vase. Why not to have the full experience of a plant and the flower, because the message mother is giving is not only just for the flower, it's for the whole plant. Then of course, we need a place to start, and with the mother's blessing, we got the place just behind the solar kitchen and in between Matri Mandir and solar kitchen. So many of you have seen visiting the mother's flower garden and really appreciating its beauty. So there we started in 2022 after completing our 5 exhibitions, and it was we really feel that it was a collective aspiration, not only of Auroville but of all the earth, because this project is supported by everyone. We are only 3 representing today, but it's a very larger and bigger group which is supporting the Mother's Flower Garden, and it is completely started with the offering from the children of the mother and disciple of the mother by some bird or by some idols. So it's completely an offering to the whole earth, not only to Auroville but to the whole Mother Earth.
Yep. So as he said, it is a very unique thing. You see that the garden and Mother has given the name. Some of the people, those who initially trust Richard and Kailash, you know Kailash Bain, who passed away already. She has the kind of instrumental force, you can say, to the mother, and she just hold her hand, She said, you will get the space near the Matri Mandir. It's supposed to be there, when I'm saying I get the goosebumps. So it reminds her a lot. I like to bring that to her. And Richard and Kailash, those were really direct contact the mother, and they worked on the flowers also. And the Narad also, one of the instrumental for that also, for the bring the garden. He's the one who said, no, we need the garden. So all these elements is how they connected Mother brings together right time, like 2018 when it was 50th anniversary for Auroville, we started to bring this element. It just came like that. without anything, any plan, any finance, nothing. But it naturally it came, and now the place where, so we are in the kind of to bring all the flowers together. It is a 5-acre land given to us by the blessing of the mother. The place we are now, it is another blessing moment when you are going every places, every corners of Auroville to get the land, you know, because the right time, right moment, always waiting is not like it, you will get it, you will look for it. So that we are blessed that we got the place there after 2019, like that, with the inspiration came to start the garden. 2021 at the end we got the land, and 2022 we start the exhibition. The place was, those who have visited, nobody has seen before how the place was. When you stated people entered that place, and that is kind of still the energy. You can see that how the place was praying, how the child in the womb of the mother was playing for a long time to take a birth. So now the garden is there, somehow we have started, and 1.5 acre we have developed. We trying to bringing all the spaces and bringing the place alive, and people can come through and get in touch. The flower and the messages as we already spoke about it. We are in the place solar kitchen was supported a lot. You know, the wastewater of the solar kitchen, it was not being used. 10%, 5%, 2% is being used, but now we are with that water we are running the garden, and we observe, and the water is never got down the level. We are always seeing always 50% above, even if after use. To see that this is the kind of place also was created for that to support something, another element to take a birth. So we are also compost. Yeah, compost also, solar kitchen, how much the waste is coming. So that also, it was kind of, they put it for a long time, no? Yeah, it was all resources has been used from the solar kitchen. You know, you can see the Lateras people are sitting there. There also, I see many times my eyes also go there, people sitting and doing the meditation, no? You see, there will be no barrier. Now in the future you will see solar kitchen, mother's flower, there will be no barrier. People can see from there. We are planning also future, there will be also bridge will be there if the place. So the bridge will connected to the garden, so people can take a walk, evening walk, you can say moonlight, whatever, no? That possibility will be that they can come to the garden, they can feel their presence. So there will be no kind of such a place. You will see, like, another thing is I want to include also the children, the educational aspect. You see, the children are more kind of pure like a psychic, you know, when they see that flower, even if we are also, when you see the flower, what the first word comes to us? Many of you say, what the first word comes to us? Anyone can say? When you see the flowers, the bloom, and you see, what the first word click inside you? So you see, that is the word is coming when all the things are aligned, and you are really kind of immersed with yourself, that words only come. When you are really connected to the thing, you see the children, when the spark of the eyes always goes to that beauty, you know, that represent of the psyche. And flowers always open to receive that. Mother said, you will receive the energy of the flower when you are in the silence, and you love the flowers. You know? When you love someone, you receive it. Always that connection there, so we get that energy. And yeah, so you can see that Auroville kindergartens, and also bigger the Newcomers also they come, outreach school also they come, they visit the garden. Still, we did not have till now the, you can say, design, you know, to work with the children, but we are in the planning because we don't have such that much infrastructure and the support. But we are looking for that in future, it will come soon. So we are going to plan and design the education aspect where children will come, learn about the flowers or the botany, about from the seed to the how to go to again the seed, you know, the collection for the life cycle, and we are all looking to that side. And if you visit now the garden in the season, you see how the nature has taken care of himself so well, you know, herself so well. You see we never bother about, you see, one plant where you can see in front 1,000 plants are growing by themselves, because they're so happy. When they're happy, they just merge with they just follow the nature and follow the instinct. And you see the butterflies, you have captured so many pictures. The person comes from ashram, has collected many photos and many of the species which have not been seen, they found also in botanical garden and also mother's flower garden. You see that also attract the butterflies, even for the insect, for the birds, human beings always. So that also nature has created such like that. So it has another aspect as given to the mother's flower garden, which will also bring all the elements and to offer to the Auroville, and that harmony, that unity we can create together and beautify what we have started now just in an acre. It needs to go to 5 acres. All of your hands and prayers is needed. So we are looking forward.
How many of you have visited the Mother's Flower Garden? Yeah, that's why we are able to speak to you with our emotions, because you can feel it, you know, when you go there. Many times you ask questions, but we are busy, so we are not able to speak to you there. So today when they invited us, it's a good opportunity to express our feelings and emotions to you. But when you come there, sometimes we are very busy. We just look at flowers when we are there.
If you have any question, you can ask always.
So does anyone have questions? Any questions there? Anybody? Timings to visit the flower garden?
Timings, it is open at 6 o'clock and close at 5 o'clock. But better to after kind of 7:30 to come.
6 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yes, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Monday to Friday?
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday?
No, Saturday, Sunday the best time for us to work, because we are working the school, so we get that the best time Saturday, Sunday to work. It is always open 7 days.
Actually, we wanted to say that we are all full-time working somewhere else. So it's the garden is all our extra time that is given to the garden.
Different ways in which we serve the environment, not just by planting trees, but also in the way we live. We live as a community. Everybody that works in Sadhana Forest, or I would say does seva in Sadhana Forest, because we are not really doing any work, we're doing seva. So the seva is done by the people who stay in Sadhana Forest. Some of them for short periods and some of them for very long periods, like us, and like some of the people here that are sitting in a circle. And it's not regular work schedule. So it starts at 5:30 in the morning with a wake-up call, and then at 6 o'clock we start our seva. And for those who live in Sadhana Forest, the seva is basically ongoing all day. It's not the usual 5 or 8 hours that workplaces use, but it's more a full commitment to this. And we are available 24 hours. We are taking care of our volunteers, of our cows. We have a goshala, so we are vegan. We don't milk the cows, but we treat them really nicely and take care of them. These are rescued cows that were going for slaughter, and instead of that, we brought them into Sadhana Forest, and we're serving them and taking care of them and connecting with them. This morning, like every Saturday, we had a cow connection workshop in which people come and they spend a few hours with the cows and they connect to them on a very deep level, not as steaks, not as milk machines, but as beings, as sentient, sacred beings. And it's one of the most beautiful things that we do, I think, these cow connection workshops. It's every Saturday and Sunday at 10 o'clock. Please join us when you have time. It's a very deep experience. We have a plant-based Saturday, so every Saturday we do the cow connection. Then we have a cooking class, a vegan cooking class, so people know how to cook food that is very gentle with animals, with the planet. And then we have a nutrition talk to understand how to balance our nutrition with this diet. And basically we are open 24 hours a day. People come. We have upwards of 20,000 people visiting Sadhana Forest every year. and I think the number this year, in the coming year, would be even much higher than this. And at any point of time that you walk into Sadna Forest, there will be a welcomer. There will be somebody that is available physically and emotionally present to be with you, to explain to you, to answer your questions, walk with you around. If you have any special questions, for instance, you're an architect and you want to know something about the architecture, that person would answer you or would ask someone else and then answer you, and of course feed you. We love feeding people. So anytime you come during a meal, you can have a meal with us, and of course it's free of charge. You don't have to pay anything. And if you come between meals, we'll serve you lots of bananas. We have a cupboard full of bananas, and that's our compensation for those that come out of meals. So, yeah, Luke has been with us for 9 years?
8.5.
8.5, okay, I sort of upgraded him. So maybe you want to say something?
Yeah, so I came to Sadna Forest like 8.5 years ago because I wanted to see if I could find a different way to live, a way that I found a sense of purpose, can connect with, and I want to live in a sustainable way and live in community. So I came to Auroville and I found Sadna Forest, and I was going to be there for 2 weeks. And long story short, I'm still there, and for me I found a better way to live that I really connect with. And what I'm kind of understanding the longer I'm at Sadna Forest is the values that this place is, to explore how to live in a more compassionate way. So how we can put compassion into action and as much of our life as possible. So how we can be compassionate towards the environment, so the natural world, looking at how we can be compassionate towards people, local people, visitors, tourists, many people from all around the world coming there, how we can serve and give and share kindness to people that we don't know, and looking at how we can be compassionate towards children, so having many families come and join us and connecting with them, and looking at how we can be compassionate towards animals as well. And this journey was a journey where I started to realize how so very much connected everything is. How we can look at how we can give to nature, how we can give to people, how we can give to animals, and seeing how that can help people grow. So over the years I've seen many people grow in Sadna Forest, and I feel like I'm a very different person to who I was when I came. And there's a poem that one of the volunteers in the start of Sadna Forest wrote, and it's something that stayed with me this whole kind of experience, this whole journey, where it finished saying, "May there be many more forests to grow people." And that's something I really started to connect with a lot where in Sadna Forest, because I came thinking I was there to grow a forest, to grow trees. But then over the years, seeing how it's impacted me and how I've grown with the forest, but so many people over the years. And that's such a powerful experience. I say it feels like I'm traveling around the world, but everyone comes to my home. And so it's such an opportunity to learn from so many people and to share with so many people. So yeah, my experience in Sadna Forest has been life-changing, and very grateful for the opportunity to live this life, and would love to share it with more people. So like Abraham said, everyone is welcome.
Also the Friday program.
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah, so you wanna?
Yeah, I can share with you. So we have actually few moments during the week that is just moment of sharing. So the first of them is Friday, every Friday afternoon. We have a bus from the Solar Kitchen dropping people in Sadna Forest. It's a bit far from the center, in the sense in Auroville we used to in 5 minutes to be everywhere. So to get from the center to Sadna Forest, it's about 20 minutes. So that's why we provide this bus, that it will be very easy. And so we have actually two buses. One starts at 4 and drop you at 4:30. Then at 4:30 in Sadna Forest, we are welcoming you and we do introduction about our way of living and about our beliefs. And then we take a tour over the land, and like for an hour or so. Then we follow with a movie. about the environment or about spiritual story or something like this, and followed by a nice dinner with amazing dessert. And we drop you back. Yeah, we have a lot of focus about it. And I tell you something, when I go to the kitchen, people always have the joy of making the food, but the team of the dessert, they have a different level of joy. I guess they're licking the chocolate in between.
The joy of tasting.
Yes. And then the bus will drop you back in the solar kitchen, that easily you can go back home. If you want to join only the movie, there will be another bus at 6 o'clock in the evening that you can come just for an outing. We had so many Aurovillians just, you know, as an outing coming to Southern Forest. They feel like they've drove to another country, but and they love that, you know. They say like, yeah, it's just a change of Auroville and back home. Then we have another beautiful moment in the month. It's every first Saturday of the month. We are having a vegan potluck, and this one is happening in our tea hut, which is in the middle of the forest. And in this potluck, everybody is invited. That, like, we are the major one. We are always like 50, 60 people, so we bring the most amount of food. And then if people want also to share vegan food, they are welcome to bring it and to share with the people. And for us, it's one of the most beautiful moments of Southern Forest. We have all the villagers around us joining us and sharing us. And and even every Friday, we have all the youth of the village which are coming to have a meal, and I look at them, and this is the biggest surprise to see young boys eating brown rice, tofu with spinach, and salad. And it's a new surprise for me, and it's really a moment of joy. And at the same place in the tea hut, actually every day from Monday till Friday, from 4 to 5:30, we are serving vegan chai and ladus. And the focus is also very much about the nutrients of food that we are serving in Southern Forest. So if you come to Southern Forest, you will find only brown rice, only complete varagu, only like millets, only palm jaggery. Every meal will have fresh vegetables. So we want also a way to introduce, you know, the way that we believe that is, you know, the way complete all the way that we are looking at life, and to share it and to let people experience and feel the differences, and also feel that, you know, vegan food can be tasty and healthy food can be tasty, and it's many times first experience for many people that they carry it with them home. And yeah, so just come anytime. Another option is that to be a day volunteer. So you can join us if you feel like planting trees, working with the trees. You can join us early morning at 6 o'clock. Every morning starts with some stretching, and then we go for the forest. And then, or you can join us after for second seva, which starts at 10 o'clock, 9:45, sorry. And yeah, so it's another option to be involved and to get to know and to feel the energy. Thank you for having this opportunity to share.
Thank you
and
for
what
sharing.
about your books? Oh wow, I have a spy here. Okay, so actually me and Aviram, we both felt inspired more for sharing. So Aviram actually just published a book. It's called Humanity 2.0, and after I can say a few words. And yeah, for me it also started a few years ago with the feeling that to share how does it happen? Like, everybody comes and asks the question. So I said I just write it on a book, and I took all kinds of moments from the first 12 years. We raised 2 daughters in Southern Forest. The first part of their lives, they didn't go to the schooling system in Auroville. Like, we really, the way we understood the free progress of mother was just free, let them free and learn from nature. they joined last school on the second part of their upbringing. And yeah, so I was sharing small moments and stories, dreams with mother, dreams with Sri Aurobindo, how everything comes together for us in this piece of land. And after I finished that book, actually, the mother of one of the volunteers, she was a book editor, and she was helping me to edit the first book. And she said, "This is so wonderful. Why don't you write a children's book?" I said, "That's really interesting."
He actually works here in the botanical garden in Microy.
So I went to bed and I couldn't sleep. The next morning, I had all the book ready with a plan of how to make it. And and that book, the names of the book are very similar. The first one is For My Little Hut in the Forest, and the second book it's I Live in a Hut. And I Live in a Hut was just they're willing to share for other kids that there are kids in the world that lives differently, that they don't get up in the morning, having their shower, meal, go to school, come back, they meet their parents. But there are children in the world that have different kind of life. Instead of that, they go and they plant trees. And after they are hot, so they swim in the mud pool. And then there is a lunch, so they ring the bell and call everybody. And that was, and then it became also a small video. And then it was followed by another children's book, which called A Family and a Tree. And this is the very simple story of our family, that somebody in Auroville said, "Come, I want to show you a piece of land." And there was one big neem tree on that piece of land, and how actually the connection between us and the tree turned into this southern forest.
Yeah, I would just say. My book, so it's called Humanity 2.0. It's basically an attempt to think about the future of humanity and to humanity. So if you're interested, it's available, hard copy is available for free inside the forest, or if you want to download it, you can download it as a PDF or for your Kindle on our website. If you do southernforest.org/humanity2, you'll find it. And I just wanted to, as a closure to this, sort of bring it together to everything that we said to Mother and Sri Aurobindo, and sort of put it in that context of human unity first, bringing all these people from all these places all the time into one place and resolving so many issues and creating so many issues all the time. And consciousness into matter, this idea of putting consciousness into physical matter, that's what we're trying all the time to do inside the forest, even through the construction, through the food, through the solar, through everything that we do. Yeah, we hope that you come and see what we're doing and join this experiment. Thank you.
What about your other communities you started?
Other communities.
Okay. So we have a few sort of offshoots of sadhana forest, other sadhana forests in other places. There are 4 more in India, 1 in Virudunagar, south of Madurai, and 3 in Meghalaya, in northeast India, in Kasi, Garo, and Jankia regions. And there are 3 outside of India, 1 in Haiti, 1 in Kenya, and 1 in Namibia. This is basically bringing the spirit of Sri Aurobindo and Mother to other places through very concrete sort of interventions of water conservation, tree planting, training people, and planting food forests with populations that are very malnourished. So we work a lot with tribal people, both in India and abroad, tribal people that are suffering from severe malnutrition, and try to support them with the knowledge that we gained here in Auroville to grow food forests that address their specific needs. like iron deficiency anemia would lead to planting specific plant type of trees, or vitamin D deficiency or vitamin A deficiency. We're trying to address these things through trees and sort of relate to trees as I would say like a vitamin shop. Okay, we can go into a vitamin shop or just order on Amazon, but a tribal person living in Meghalaya cannot do that. But if he has a vitamin shop in his garden, then he can keep himself and themselves and their family healthy. So that's about that.
And are there intern opportunities in this other places?
Are there opportunities to
intern?
to
Yes.
intern? Yeah,
So
yeah,
we
there are
have,
opportunities. We have a program called Plant for India, in which people, you can look at Plant for India with the digit 4, plantforindia.org. It's basically an initiative of Sadhana Forest to involve people in this effort. People can come for 12 months. The first month will be physically in Auroville, training in Sadhana Forest in our campus here, and then being sent to one of our rural centers, one of our 4 other rural centers in India, and doing the work there. So it's an immense experience for people, really a life-changing experience, because these are very remote villages, not district headquarters or block headquarters, but very remote villages. And it's a chance to see India as it used to be. For many people, a very unique chance.
And also to meet yourself in a way that you will never have a chance really to find yourself, because life are more common maybe. So
Thank you. Thank you.
So where do you source the food from, the farms itself?
Yeah, from Auroville farms, from other organic farms, and whatever we cannot get from the market.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
thank you.
I think there's no reason not to go there. Right up incentives. Thank you very much.
Amruto from Food Link.
We have herbs and spices, many kinds of fruit and vegetables, plus some of the farms process some of their fruits or spices and herbs themselves. So we have some jam or pickle or some powdered greens or herbs from some of the farms. Now, are all of these organically grown? Mostly. It's a matter of certification or technicality. For example, only Annapurna farm has everything certified. All the other farms, except for the milk and eggs, because some of the cow feed or the chicken feed or whatever will have industrially processed feed. Apart from that, fruit and veg pretty much organic. Everything is naturally farmed anyway, and yeah, it's mostly or pretty close to actual free range as you get. Now, what Foodlink does with this, apart from the market that many of you have already been to, is we source, in the sense we connect units or individuals who want something from a farm. We aggregate from different farms whenever there's a big demand for something and not one farm can meet it. So many farms supply to us and we have that window to whoever needs it. We do a basic quality check, we grade it by quality, and we also set a price. We also have cold storage at Foodlink that's used mainly for milk. Sometimes some vegetables or fruits will stay for a few days because we won't be able to sell everything on the same day. Something is kept for weeks, something. And we do some retail packing for the milk. We pack the fresh milk in packets for people to get, and also for the grains. Some people get bulk grains, of course, but these are the two things that we pack. What we process again is mainly milk. We pasteurize milk 6 days a week, and we make paneer and yogurt. And from this year onwards, we were able to get into other kinds of processing. Again, mainly jams or pickle or some syrups. We are also planning to get into dehydration and nut butters, things like that. We have a basket system that you can place an order and collect from us, and at the moment we just deliver to units. We don't have the manpower to actually deliver to individuals, and we have the market 6 days a week where you can come and get whatever you need. Now, although it seems like we have a bunch of different things that are grown by the farms, supply reliability is an issue, and although we have like diverse categories of things, not everything grows throughout the year. A lot of things that people are used to eating regularly either doesn't grow in Auroville outright, and this is just like modern consumption. For example, potatoes or carrots or whatever else. Tomatoes even are only seasonal. So a lot of the challenge that we have is also planning with farmers on what to grow, especially when people around no longer eat local veggies or they want a bunch of exotic fruit or whatever else. Then it's also a price accessibility. For example, on average will be more expensive than the local shop. So a lot of locals who live in Auroville cannot realistically afford us on a regular basis, and that's something we are hoping to fix at some point, because we want to move towards a prosperity system in Auroville, which is essentially universal basic guarantees, and food is of course a big part of that, which means that if you live and work in Auroville, Auroville should take care of your minimum material needs, and it's a work in progress right now. Yeah, right now Auroville isn't even able to meet the full demand of its residents right now, but you know, there's a lot of different challenges on the farms that the farmers can tell you better than I can, and I'm happy to connect you with the farmers, especially if you come to FoodLink and you want to visit a certain farm and want to volunteer, get in touch, know more about the produce, I can connect you. Yeah, that's pretty much the basic info. If you have questions, Vaibhav has been volunteering with us for 9 months now. Maybe he can also share his experience. I'm new to Auroville, I'm new to the farming sector, and I'm also new to FoodLink. So I'm just giving you some information that I learned along the way. And I have been trying to get more involved with the planning side mostly. I don't intend to farm, but if some of you feel inclined to take that up, it's very much necessary in order that more people get involved with manual work and farming especially. We want to be self-sufficient as much as possible, as soon as possible. So help is needed, and help is invited.
Is there any raw milk in Auroville?
Yeah. Yes. So we get raw milk at FoodLink, and it's from 10 different farms, give or take. And so we get milk twice, once in the morning, farmers milk twice, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. What we get in the morning is either packed and sold directly, or it's sent to Solar Kitchen or to the schools or to guest houses, or yeah, milk orders. So the bottles are pasteurized.
So the bottles that we give.
Yeah, those are milk orders. People order milk and they leave a bottle and they collect it whenever.
But can you buy raw milk?
Yes, yes. You just have to come early enough, because we're on a time crunch in the morning to send it to Solar Kitchen or to the schools or wherever else.
What's early enough?
Early enough is before 9. So yeah, 8 to 9 is your window. And also the best time to come to FoodLink is 9:30 to 10:30, because by that time we would have got everything from all of the farms that supply. So farmers forecast the week before, saying that, hey, next week we're going to give you these things. Then every Saturday we consolidate our purchase order and say, actually this is what we need. And then the farmers bring it over the course of the week. And some of that, I mean most of that is sold on the same day, some of that is stored and sold later.
How is it with the hygienic control of the milk and of the eggs? For PVC, Listeria, and Salmonella.
So we pasteurize whatever we get. It's a manual process, we don't have a machine. But essentially we fill the milk into glass bottles, we cap them, we submerge them and heat process it.
So as a prevention, do you have any checkup?
Prevention, foodling doesn't do that. It would be better if you speak to the dairy group. The dairy farmers have certain standards that they follow for the milk. And yes, there are some senior farmers who look into things like this. You can maybe speak to Charlie at Auroville.
How safe is it to eat, for example, not very cooked or baked or fried eggs?
I think in India it's entirely unsafe, I would say. But that's...
But many Aurovillians survive, no?
On eggs, raw eggs.
No, I said many Aurovillians survived for long years.
No, she's asking about eggs.
Raw eggs. Yeah. Okay, no, just joking. Is there a volunteer opportunity with Foodlink?
At the moment,
You are
we're in a financial crunch.
Okay.
So if you're ready to come help out, just feel free. Yeah. No, but we try our best to take care of volunteers.
One more thing.
Yeah.
You said the average price of Foodlink is higher than the normal price.
Yes.
Even though our collective basket supports the farms, how come it is expensive? And what can bring it down?
The quality of the food.
Also, it's to do with the cost of production, really. I mean, in Auroville, as far as I understand, and I'm not an expert, a lot of the land that we have is red soil. Only towards the north of Auroville do we have black soil, which is a little better in terms of fertility. So yes, it is harder, I guess, to grow things here.
The yield wise?
Yeah, yield wise. Plus, especially if you follow natural farming practices, the yield is anyway lower. And the prices outside are not really a reflection of the cost of production, it's just based on demand and supply.
Right.
So, yeah.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Could you ballpark a figure as to in terms of sustainability? How much do we actually produce in terms of how much Auroville actually requires? Like in terms of food, vegetables production, fruits production. Even if I understand like potatoes and certain other vegetables we cannot produce, but they can be swapped if we are using something else. So.
I would say, I think in terms of land, we probably have enough to grow what we need.
Not land, just the crop.
No, so that's what I'm getting to. If people's tastes and preferences really change, then I guess we could realistically do at least 50%, if not maybe close to 8, I would say. But it's just that, especially now, a lot of the food that people eat or want to eat is not local.
But still, we can produce something else and then swap. So in that case, if you're producing some items that like in excess, and then we can barter it for something, that means that still means you're self-sustainable in a way.
Yes. So about that, a lot of the stuff that grows easily here is also the same stuff that grows easily around. So we don't really have a competitive advantage in selling that. So, for example, if you take brinjal or lady's finger or a bunch of gourds or local greens, these are the things we can easily produce in excess. But this is hard to sell outside because A, no one's buying that stuff here or there. And even if they are buying it, it's really cheap outside.
So you're saying about 50-60% we are producing inside of what we are
Yes,
consuming.
in terms of maybe total weight, produced by weight, I guess. And a lot of this is also grains.
What do you mean nobody's buying it here? You said nobody's buying it here, the things that are produced.
No,
The food
it's-
choice is different.
Yeah, like for example, solar kitchen, they'll say that okay, we want lady's finger, but we want like 50 kilos every 2 weeks, because that's how frequently our menu is able to handle it, because people don't want the same thing every day. So how do you deal with something like that? It's not practical for the farmers to grow something if they can only sell it once every 2 weeks. And for us to be able to coordinate that distribution, again, if it's something exotic, like in Auroville, we're lucky to have a bunch of exotic fruit, especially let's say we have avocados, we have soursop, we also have things like dill or basil or things like that. Those are easy, because there's demand for that. But local greens, local veggies, nobody's going to pay Auroville prices for that. And again, people don't really like local veggies or greens. It's unfortunately now people are used to a global supply chain where you get potatoes every day or cauliflower or things like that, and that doesn't grow here. Yeah?
So from what you say, it feels like maybe there needs to be an education around coming back to local produce and things like that. Is there any kind of a game plan to create that kind of understanding, or to create a system with solar kitchen or larger?
There has been a whole envisioning exercise that's being done, and stakeholders from the farms, from the community kitchen, from commercial units have all been part of that. It's a work in progress. I think honestly, before, when you couldn't get everything so easily around, it was more of a captive market where you had to eat local because that's all you got. And now, just because even if you go next door to the village, they'll have all kinds of things that don't grow here, and people are used to eating that. Even if we tell them, hey, this is better for you to eat, how many people are actually going to choose it? Unless we have a health crisis, and then people start to realize that, okay, organic food is better for us because at least we'll save money on healthcare or something like that. Until people realize that there are real consequences to industrial agriculture. But yes, people are definitely making efforts in their own ways. People are, and FoodLink is also supposed to at some point have a dedicated kitchen to handle farm surplus. And we're slowly building up to that. This year, with a generous donation, we've been able to set up maybe half of our processing. And if we add to that, we already have a space that's allocated for this. It was supposed to have been set up, and we're going to keep working in that direction. Hopefully have I personally proposed a menu where it's by weight 60% grown in Auroville, 30% maybe grown outside but still processed in Auroville, and 10% by weight entirely outside, things like spices or sugar, maybe sugar, salt, what we really can't produce. So if people make a personal commitment to eat local, yes, a lot of things are possible, and then of course you can pressure units. If, for example, if the tourists come and say, we want Auroville produce, we want an Auroville based menu or Auroville grown things on the menu, then yes, commercial units will also start to prioritize it. But at the moment, yes, because the consumers can easily get something else, it is challenging, but we hope that more people start thinking about it.
Quick answers, maybe?
Quick answers.
Yeah.
So, I'm just also curious what Mother has proposed when people are from diverse places here and locally grown food has to be. Do you have any awareness like what Mother said, how should be the food style for diverse people there? Will that evolve to local food, or how, if you have something?
We should have mostly community kitchens, if not entirely. Collective. Yeah. Collective kitchens. And I think back in the day, settlements used to have like potlucks or collective cooking. But at the moment, I think a lot of people just cook at home. And when it comes comes to being able to grow everything here, well, if we go high tech, yes, technically we can have aquaponics and whatever else to grow things, and of course because that's high investment, I don't think that's been attempted in a big way yet, but sure, if somebody is willing to take that up. I think we also have, for example, a not so active mushroom farm. So things are possible as long as people have creative solutions and of course the commitment to put their effort, maybe some money into it.
One last question there.
It's going to be a long one.
You're all welcome to come to Foodlink and ask, and especially, maybe I will not be able to answer in Tamil, but there are people at Foodlink who speak Tamil, so feel free and please try to get involved.
Thank you, Amruto.
Thank you.
Anybody? We are also a little bit, we extend our 1 hour to about 1 hour 40 minutes. And we also need to have a little walk around the botanical garden.
Adi is waiting for us also.
Adi is also waiting for us. So we can have a quick, if you want to share something with the group. Anyone? The story.
Yeah, very small. So we are here as a family. We have been a traveling family. Since 2019, we realized that we need to understand India and the people and the soil in the remote areas. And the best way to do that was to travel on connection and not transaction, on gift and giving. And our son was not going to any school, and suddenly he said he wanted to join his school. So we were again looking for some alternate schools. I was working with Aurobindo Ashram in Delhi, and we were doing some workshops based on self-discovery. Our initiative is called Soulify, Discover the Infinite, and I have a group called Travel Lab. Lab is love, adventure and belonging. So that is the philosophy that we live, and it also kind of resonates with the ashram sessions that we used to do. And then Advait is our son's name. He read a book in Goa on Auroville, and he said he wants to come here. So we said, okay, let's go. And when we came here, we stayed here for 10 days, and we were blessed to find a place, find grounding here. He joined our school, and he is our source to be here. I'm volunteering right now. I volunteered in different places, and now I'm with Porto's Water Service, which is a high conflict zone, but I found my way there. And earlier I used to think that the self-discovery can only happen through education, that I would feel so, so my level of consciousness is also working here. So I used to tell people, okay, don't tell that I'm working at Porto's Water Service, because it's not related to my interest. And then I felt such a big ego I have about the work I am doing, and the self-discovery and facilitation is possible everywhere. And then I realized I get to know the community the best through that unit, and it's a prosperity service, so I'm happy right now there. And I've realized that through volunteering I can learn more about myself, more about the community, and I can deepen myself here. And also what I don't know, I can volunteer there and learn.
Because my son and her daughter met before, so I know her daughter and she knows my son, but we never met before. So my son said, if you are in India, you have to come to Auroville. So I met Jagrata, and she said the next day, Solar Kitchen, that's Kartik from Matrimanya Garden. And I said, okay. And the first day, so second day, I worked in the garden. I didn't came out. So Jagrata, she asked me, what are you doing? Oh, I'm in the garden, I work in the garden, I work in the garden. So after 2 weeks, I was really crying that I have to leave because of Corona. And I said, I feel so rooted, I feel home, and that mother called me. Because in Germany, I lived in a garden on my own with a tiny house and solar energy and compost toilet. And my neighbor, he died, so it was not so lucky who came there, because it was not allowed in Germany to live like that. Yeah, and now I work for the Matrimanya Garden with such a full heart, and since 3 months for the ambulance. Yeah.
emergency.
Yeah, for the emergency medical service, because I made it in Germany to my company in the first aid, and then yeah, all comes to me, and said, okay, then I will do. And I'm really lucky to live in Samridi, so I know Paul and Vicky, who worked here at the Botanical Garden, and also there we live sustainable with the solar energy and the windmill, and yeah, so I feel really home.
Walking around San Francisco, and I found a yoga ashram, and that's where I was sort of introduced to meditation and yoga, this path. Fast forward a few years, I met my current wife. We were both working in the same office, and she's an Indian woman, and her family are devotees of Sri Aurobindo and the mother. So this was a natural progression of my work that I was doing on integral yoga, and she gave me Tales of Prison Life to read, and I really resonated with it. We visited Auroville a couple of times and really liked it. And she was actually a friend of Auroville and had been for many years, and was always a bookmark. Someday in our future, in our life, maybe when we retire, we'll move to Auroville. But COVID came along, and we both realized doing Zoom calls and working for tech, Silicon Valley tech corporate life sounds nice, but it wasn't for us, and we were not living our life close to our purpose. So we decided, you know, that someday is now. We can do this. So we brainstormed all of our fears and as designers, we made like post-it notes and all these experiential explorations of what it would be like to move to Auroville. Should we do this? Should we sell our house, sell everything, quit our jobs, you know, ship our things, for 5 months by ship to Auroville, set up in an empty house, but we did it. And 4.5 years later, it took me a while to become a newcomer. I decided to become and that I wanted to belong, and I'm very happy to be here now. So. I am working at Eco Service. We have Volunteer Tuesdays. Please drop by. And at Eco Service, the very things I was designing, consumer electronics, as a designer in Silicon Valley, I am seeing show up in Eco Service. Oh, wow. So it's kind of a full circle thing for me to separate the plastic and the circuit board. And I literally found a joystick for Logitech that I helped design 20 years ago. It's on my shelf. It's dusty, but it's a reminder of the plastic and the consumerism and everything else that I came from, so it's closing a loop for me.
But in the first session I said, as AWARE, I am helping HRS design this process, and that journey has come to an end with this session today. The powers that be above HRS has decided to go with a different plan, not with the weekly plan. So from now on, we will not be meeting every Saturday. It will perhaps be one day a month.
One Saturday.
Saturday or whatever day. Yeah. They will decide and let you all know. And thank you very much. It was a beautiful, loving learning experience for me and my team here also. And yeah, Happy New Year.